Thank you for joining us tonight for Ask Us Anything.
Hello, everybody.
Are you ready to answer?
I'm ready to answer.
All right.
You ready to answer too?
Sure.
Okay. Hey, we just found out, Phyllis just told us that this is the Oscars. And I'm glad that you guys are joining us. I can see you all clicking on to say hello, and you're not watching the Oscars. I don't know if it's on yet. 7 o'clock. We're still confused because daylight savings time. It should be dark at this hour, and it's light. And it's like, what's going on? We are delighted to be with you. Hey, we have one more week to go on this giveaway, and the giveaway is doing really well. It is from our friends at Waggle, and this is not just this awesome Waggle GPS pet monitor, but it also has a camera with it. So on that same app, you can watch and see in the RV how your pet is doing. It's a great service. It's neat, and just go to our sweepstakes contest, which is rvlifestyle.com/sweepstakes, right there on your screen, and you can enter as many times as you want. And I think there's 13 different ways to enter, and we invite everybody to do that and get a chance to win that cool Waggle camera and the pet monitor. It's about time everybody's planning their spring trips.
They are, and to be able to see your pet in the RV is just so reassuring that they're okay.
It is. It really is. Thanks to Phyllis Carr for keeping all the mice in tow, and the mice out of the RV, and running the questions and keeping the people who come in and nibble away at the questions. Posting the questions, and over on YouTube, Chris Cowley is over there on YouTube tonight. So we are delighted to have everybody with us. And Phyllis, I think, is going to an Oscar party. I don't know if you were. I got to bring. Do you? Have you ever been to an Oscar party before?
About 20 minutes ago, I had the thought I should text them and see if they're wearing formal clothes or not. I don't have anything to wear.
Isn't that always our problem? All right, well, have fun at the Oscar party, and thank you for being there with us today. So let's jump in and see what everybody has on their mind on this Sunday night. Peter Kehoe.
Excuse me. What months are worse for the biting flies encountered at the Adirondacks?
And that is Despina Reyes, his husband, and this is his first time posting, he says. They're getting snow flurries in Virginia. So what do you think? I think June is the worst time for the bugs, because that's when we were there, and they were pretty
bad.
Yeah. It's kind of like, I think, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. June, early July, that's when the bugs start to hatch in those northern climates. And
Alaska, most of the country. Spring means bugs.
So, but we were there in June for all the videos that we did on it, and you can see how awesome it was. And other than that one encounter we had with flies, that was, it always depends on which way the wind is blowing. So
maybe we got some people out there from New York, and they'll help us, or people that have traveled there.
Yeah, I'd just say June, early July is the worst time. Maybe late May if it's warm. Ed Richards down Baton Rouge, Louisiana,
where the sun is high and so is the temperature. Getting ready from my spring trip to Utah.
We're heading down sort of your way. Next week, we'll be in, where we headed to Florida eventually. We've got a couple of stories to check out en route, but we're looking forward to that warm weather. It's still snowing in Michigan.
There's snow flurries right now, and it's quite pretty.
Yeah, it is. It's just, winter doesn't want to give up its grip. Ann and Mark in North Carolina.
Hello from soggy North Carolina, Piedmont Trade, where we set a record today for the latest first measured 0.1 inches of snowfall in winter season.
We had maybe 3 inches today, and I would put the camera out the window. I don't know if it would show at all.
No, it probably
wouldn't show, but it's a big, thick flow. But it's not accumulating anything.
No, it's just pretty.
There's snow on the ground.
It's just pretty.
But it's the last gasp of winter. Thank you,
no,
Ann
it's
and
not
Mark.
the last gasp.
Lynn McCafferty.
Hello from Delaware.
Hello to you, Lynn. Hope Delaware is right. Jimmy Land. I don't know.
Oscar?
I've always wondered why they call it the Oscars.
I'm sure somebody out there knows.
And Daniel Barrett.
I have not watched the Oscars for decades.
Yeah, good for you. I don't, they're not my favorite people. This guys is the Hollywood crowd. Keith Joby, look at from Hochatown. I'd like to be. Hello, I'm in Hochatown, Oklahoma. I used to have this thing when I worked for television. I used to want to go to all these places. Mike Wendland, NBC News, Hochatown, Oklahoma. Anyway, wherever that is, thanks for joining us, Keith. We're glad to have you with us tonight. Johnny Lightning.
I'm here and on time in the middle of the mitten.
That means he's in Michigan.
If I disappear for a few months, I didn't die. I may have to go to work. Ooh, shudder, for a couple of months by choice, not necessity.
You have to work at night on Sunday nights at 7? You can be here, Johnny. No excuses. Got to be here every Sunday night, 7 o'clock. Matthew Blau.
Did you buy Brooklyn bed mattress for your Unity?
We did not get it for the Unity. They don't make one that we have a
Murphy bed.
A Murphy bed, and it's a king that comes down and the first 16 inches maybe folds over, and they don't make a folding one like that. So we don't have it, but we do have one in our fifth wheel, our Arcadia fifth wheel that we really like. And
one in our house.
And we have now one in our house as well. Really nice. We just think they're awesome. They're great mattresses. So, but we don't have one in the Unity. They don't make one.
But I did ask.
Up. You did ask. Yeah, we would have gotten one. Girl Driver.
Can you recommend a campground in or close to Vero Beach?
Gosh, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but there are so many of them. Just go to rvlifestyle.com, our blog. I've written a dozen stories on Florida and beach campgrounds and up and down the area, and you can try and find one. Now, if you're looking for one this time of year, you're going to have to be patient and creative. Maybe take a day here when there's something. Maybe pick up a cancellation somewhere else. But there's so many places that are out there now. So just search Florida campgrounds, and you'll get a list of all of the ones that we have suggested over the years, and you'll find plenty there. So give it a quick try. Zondra Moore Keeler.
Hello from Asheville, North Carolina.
All right. Hello to you. And Sherry Johnson.
Good evening.
Sherry.
From Louisiana.
There you go. Hi, y'all. Cheryl Kilroy.
Oh, we got a puppy last May. Good for you. He'll be going with us and can't wait.
Oh, your dog will love it. Dogs love traveling. You got to get them used to it. Yep.
All the people that you're going to meet.
Yep. You'll have a great time. Sandra Curran-Wirt.
Hi, Mike and Jen. We are getting a dog soon to camp with us. Have you ever created Bo? Or does he do well on his own? And how old is Bo? Bo's birthday was in December 3rd. He is over 7, adding a few months on, over 7. And I think we created him for like 1 week when he was a puppy. He was not that many weeks old when we got him.
We don't create him when we camp.
We just put him right in our bedroom because I thought he was going to whine and cry all night, and I didn't want to run out in the other room. And I remember he was so cute because he was laying on his back in the morning, looking at his paws like a baby, and then I said, I think we can trust him. And you didn't think we could, but at night we didn't crate him, and he stayed right in there with us. He wanted to be where we were. And
it's the same in the RV. He has his places in our different RVs where he likes to sleep. And
so we're lucky that he doesn't chew things up and destroy things. And, he didn't.
Yeah.
And he stayed with us.
Now we
don't crate him.
We've noticed something with Bo this year. Our first night camping, and we go a couple times a month. We're out on the road someplace. The first night, he always jumps into bed with us, and then he's fine the second night. And he's too big to share a bed with. He's a big, long guy. He stretches. He comes in, he curls all up, and then as you let him stay, he stretches out, and we're all scrunched up. But he only does that the first night, so he doesn't, he gets used to a new place.
I think the fifth wheel, because he's up front.
Yeah, and we're farther away.
In the back. That makes him a little nervous.
Yep, that's too. That's it.
He's used to sleeping in the same room with us.
Bonnie Nerett Heckle.
Getting more snow here in Wisconsin. Camper still in storage.
Yeah, everybody keeps saying, well, this is the last blast of winter. And then about 2 days later, another blast comes. So
Remember,
Yeah.
1st of May being camping in Michigan
Yes.
by Rifle River, and we had snow on our
actually,
camper.
that was Memorial Day, close to Memorial Day. We had snow. And then we came back south and just like 100 miles so it was 70 degrees. So, yep. It's not over yet. Grace Chase.
Hello from Dover, Delaware, 43 degrees and raining. I'd rather have snow than rain.
Yeah, I would too. And there's Jim Reed from Donna, Texas. There's another town I'd like to go. Mike Wendland, NBC News, Donna, Texas. Yeah. Hey, Jim, good to have you with us. Helen Newsom.
Hello, enjoying early springtime in Lafayette, Georgia. Peach trees are blooming.
Oh, man.
I bet that's pretty.
We hit the road a week from, in fact, a week from tonight.
A week from today.
We probably will be coming to you from somewhere on the road. And I don't know where we'll be, but somewhere between here and Florida. And we'll be hitting the road. And I can't wait to, I love to travel this time of year because we leave the snow and the cold, which still is in Michigan. And we kind of discover spring as we go down. We always make a big, there's the first daffodil, and then there's the first dandelion.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to getting warm for a couple of weeks. So we're heading down to Florida. Michelle Rouse.
Have you done much exploring in Wisconsin and Minnesota areas?
We have. There was a few years ago, we were there a lot from the winter and the spring and the summer. We haven't been back in a couple of years because we kind of do different regions. We love Wisconsin, the Dells, all along the Lake Michigan shoreline. And
Minnesota, all those lakes, the beauty.
Yep. Minnesota's a great spot and lots of great campgrounds. And we enjoy both states. They're great. James Massey. Hey, James, good to see you on tonight.
Any thoughts on a fall meetup? There are thoughts out there floating around.
Lots of thoughts.
Lots of thoughts.
And I think we hope to have an announcement in a week or so, maybe a little longer, maybe 10 days. But we're working on it. We've got a couple of hot prospects, and we'll let you know. You might all have to do a little traveling to get there, but we're looking forward to it if one of our ideas takes fruit. So we are thinking about it and aggressively going to work on that in the next 10 days. Ed Slattery.
Newbie, a single father with disabled son, new fifth wheel toy hauler with new GMC dualies. Is it possible to find an experienced RVer to take our first trip, single dad?
I'm not sure what you're asking.
Is it possible to find an experienced RVer to take our first trip, single dad? So you'd like another RVer to follow you around and go with you? Or else you've got a friend that you're going to take with you.
Maybe you want somebody to drive it somewhere. I don't know.
Newbie, disabled son, fifth wheel toy hauler.
An
experienced RVer to take our first trip. I think another RVer to travel with.
Well, maybe. If you could try that, you could just go on our Facebook group.
Are there some clubs you could join?
Yeah, Escapees Club would be one. But if you're asking for somebody to maybe drive it for you to your first destination, I've heard people do that. And what they have done is they call a local RV dealer and say, who do you hire to drive your rigs? Because they all hire somebody to take them back and forth. And could you put me in touch with one of them, and then you can work out a fee for them to drive it for you. That's my suggestion to you, Ed. So
I had forgotten all about the ability to do that, because that would be good if somebody had surgery or something and they want to travel and can't.
Yep. So, all right.
Maybe we can do that if we go to the big city.
Have
Because you hate driving to big cities.
No, I just don't like big cities
I
anymore.
know.
Steve Drumheller.
Do most RV parks allow RVers to sell small handmade items related to RVing out of their RVs to others staying at the same RV park?
No, they don't. And they will, many of them, if not most, will ask you to stop or kick you right out. So don't do that. It's considered in bad form, and you could certainly ask them, when you make a reservation. Some of the smaller ones may let you, but many of the others don't allow any commercial activity at all. So
do you remember we were down in the Keys? One man every year had a big popcorn machine, and he gave away popcorn.
This was the guy at in Key West, at Boyd's at Key West. He made popcorn, and he stayed out there dawn to dusk and he made popcorn after popcorn bag and gave it away to people that were staying there, but he wasn't selling it. And you're doing anything, even if it's small little items, they look down on that, most RV parks. So I would not do it without
How do you
permission.
need a license to sell?
Well, that's the thing. They're liable, and if somebody gets sick or somebody hurts themselves on it, so they and their insurance often won't. It's more complicated than you think, Steve. So don't do it. That's my advice to you. Jack Partain.
Do you ever go on cruises? Only been on one cruise.
Only for work.
And that was work.
Yeah.
But it was a great cruise to Alaska.
Yeah, we really did. That was a great cruise. And
But it was work.
we actually were doing a video for the cruise company, for the group that had rented it. So we got to do everything from helicopter ride to the glacier to panning to gold to the whitewater rafting, everything. But we've never done a cruise on our own.
We keep talking about it.
We have been, but if you follow us, we kind of like quiet in the wilderness. So
I guess what kind of got us was when we used to go to the island scuba diving, and the cruise ship would come in, and usually everybody got off. That's what we saw, with a beer bottle in hand and staggering off. Hope they find their way home.
Yeah.
But I know that's not like it all the time. And people love cruises.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, it's free food and entertainment and all that stuff.
I
But
wouldn't say it's free.
well, no. But I mean, it feels free because you can go eat as much as you want. I like that.
That could be
part of it.
dangerous.
It could be very dangerous. Lori Robinson.
Hello from Jacksonville, Florida. It was 83
Oh my
today.
goodness. Temperature right now here is 34
Mhm.
in where we are in Michigan. So Linda Barcue.
Hello from Tampa, Florida. Camping at Hillsburg River State Park. It was 85 today in Lakeland, and the Tigers won their game.
That's the
awesome.
spring training headquarters for the Tigers in Lakeland, Florida.
I used to love when we go down to watch the Tigers play in Lakeland.
I did too.
My parents were in Bradenton, and it used to be fun.
Yeah, it was. Enjoy that warm weather,
Mhm.
Linda. That's awesome. Wish we were down there ourselves. Jennifer Hugenson Tyan.
Still very much winter by Sioux Falls, South Dakota. RV hiding in the garage. Snowed again this weekend. Not sure how our St. Patrick's Day parade will go this coming next Saturday.
Yeah, we just bought some corned beef and cabbage, and we were going to make it in a crock pot. Whatever happened to that idea today?
Well, the confusion
I
of
didn't
the
do it.
plumber, the
Oh,
confusion of the plumber, and just the confusion of
Well, we got St.
trying
Patrick's Day
to
coming
pull this
Saturday. so-
house together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't
Oh my
ask.
gosh. We moved in this house a week ago, and it's not been a pleasant experience.
No,
so
it
I'll
has
just
not.
say that. It's crazy. Russian 3.
Hi from Myrtle Beach. Sprinter getting recall work done. Hope to be on the road April 1st.
Good. Good for you. April 1st is coming. Can you believe
Just
it?
around the corner.
We're talking about April now. We're getting
spring.
through.
Isn't it one more week till spring?
Yeah, I think so. Sharon Childress.
Heading to Palm Harbor, Florida in 3 weeks. Maybe we'll run into you.
Well, honk the horn first. I'll get out of your way, Sharon. So, yeah, good for you. Enjoy it.
Yes, have fun. Enjoy.
Palm Harbor is a great spot.
Mhm.
Rich T.
Thanks for your latest 5 upgrades to your RV life post yesterday. Knew you had talked on the 5 topics previously, but it was nice to have them all in one place.
Well, thank you, Rich.
Thank you for the
I'm
encouragement.
glad you liked it. Thank Chris Cowley over our YouTube video editor for putting that all together really well for us, too. That was great. Gary Thatcher.
Okay. Oh, let's see.
Gary and Estelle Hillard, Ohio.
Yeah. Now at our RV lot in Cypress Trail RV Resort in Fort Myers. Please repeat the name of your new partner blog about new RV tech.
It's not RV tech, it's travel tech. And that's the name of it, Gary. It's newtraveltech.com. And, it's I'm kind of a gadget and gizmo kind of person. And travel is just so easy and efficient with the right tech. And there's so many things coming out. So that's why we started our sister blog. But it's newtraveltech.com, all one word. And it's about travel in general, not just RV. So check it out. And thanks for asking. Quick reminder for those of you who tuned in a little late, our sweepstakes is in week 2, and we'll announce a winner next Sunday, but over 20,000 of you have already entered. It's for a Waggle pet monitor and a Waggle pet camera, so that you can not only monitor the heat, temperature, whether your RV is moved, whether you lose power in the RV. You can also have a camera that will give you a live shot of your pet, so you can keep tabs on them and have peace of mind. Your pet is doing just fine. Just go to rvlifestyle.com/sweepstakes and you can enter. Time to tell everybody to also give us a thumbs up on this live stream, would you? That would really help. If YouTube kind of sees how many people like a video, and then they show it to more people, and we'd like it. Plug for our partners. We write reviews about all sorts of stuff and the good things that we really like. We talk to them and we recommend them, and we have a whole page up of people we call partners, and many of them will offer you a substantial discount or a special perk if you get that product through us. The only way we use the people on the products page is if we use it and can actually, in good conscience, recommend it. So check that out, if you will. Steve Egbert.
Hi, from rainy Central Florida. Camping next weekend with my Elk Lodge group.
Man,
You're going to have fun.
You guys have had so much rain out there in California. It's been crazy, the amount of rain you've had this year. That will help with the reservoirs and the drought. That's the one good positive outcome of that, I think. So enjoy that camp out, Steve. Another Steve Drumheller.
Love your dog, Bo. He is very beautiful. What breed is he? And how is he with other dogs and animals? Bo is a Norwegian elkhound. He's the 4th Norwegian elkhound that we have had. And how's he with other dogs and animals? He's pretty, he's good. If a dog gives him a mean bark, they get a mean bark back. He's better with usually a few female dogs, catches interest, and he chases them around a bit. But he's pretty independent, but yet he really likes other dogs.
Yeah, he does. He does. We've taken him to dog parks all across the country since he was a puppy, so he really likes being leash free in a dog park. And he likes being around other dogs. He'll always go up and meet them, but then he's old enough now where he's kind of indifferent. Sometimes he'll play with them and he'll run with them and roughhouse a little bit, but he basically likes to sniff and explore. And if I tell him there's a squirrel in the area, he loves that. Now, this morning he woke us up. We had this new property we have, this 10 acres that we have in Western Michigan. Pretty wild country. We have deer every morning at sunrise, and there were 4 or 5 of them this morning again. And
I don't even know how he saw him.
He didn't see him. It was dark he barked and barked and barked, and I got up and the light was just coming up and I could see him out there in the back. So
and they're like,
he knows they're
noise?
there.
Yeah, he knows. He hears. He knows.
Yep. And he can also tell time. Isn't that weird? The last couple of days, we usually feed Bo about 5 o'clock. And yesterday, exactly 5 o'clock,
right on the
he
button.
is just harassing us to eat, eye contact. And then today, even with daylight savings time, he knew that it was 5 o'clock and he did the same thing. So I don't know. Somebody's telling him the food at 5 o'clock. Michelle Rouse.
We've been doing a lot of research on dispersed camping since your video about that. We love the idea. Are we crazy to think we can take my 30-foot travel trailer?
No, you can, you're just going to have to be really careful to make sure that as you pull into an area that you can pull out without having to spend 40 minutes backing it around, because with your tow vehicle, whatever you're towing that thing with, it's pretty long. It's like a semi truck, the length of a semi. But there are plenty of places that you can get in, and just make sure you do the research. And if it's a state or a national forest, call the headquarters, ask to talk to a ranger and tell them your situation. And you might even ask them, where would you recommend we go? We really like dispersed camping, but we want to make sure we can get in and out with our unit. So, but yes, you can do that. We might not have quite as many options as those with smaller RVs, but You can do it. Awesome. Have fun, Michelle. From a Facebook user.
Any suggestions for a large dog crate?
You do need a large, if you got a Great Pyrenees, you do have a big one. Zoe's a big pup, I can tell you that. And they're in a Travado Class B. So you do need it. The best ones are the cloth or the fabric, the soft cages, the soft kennels that you're going to, portable kennels
That
that you
won't
can.
beat up the interior.
Yep. So look for something soft. Don't get a wire one. And I don't know if we have any listed on our Amazon page or not, but the products that we use often and that we sometimes feature or you see or people ask us about, we put a link to them on our Amazon page, and you can go shop there. And it's great. We're affiliates, so we get a little tiny commission. It doesn't cost you anymore, but it keeps us in gas money. So
There'll be a lot of money kept us in gas money.
yeah, I know. But so buy a whole bunch, then we can get gas. Nancy Jenkins.
Waiting for the snow to melt away in Medicine Hat, Alberta.
Yeah. Well, it will, Nancy. Just not sure when. So be patient. Dave Matheson.
Have you ever been refused a spot in a campground because of Bo's size?
Bo's not that big
No.
compared to most dogs. He's,
Bo
he's considered a medium
He's considered
dog. Yeah.
medium. He's 65 pounds or a little under.
No, that's not that.
No, now hotel rooms,
We've never been refused
well,
to have a hotel room.
condos, there's a lot of places.
Oh yeah, that have sizes.
like
yeah.
20 pounds and under. Dogs are welcome, but anything larger than that, no.
We've never had an
Not
issue
in a
with it.
campground though.
Yeah. never
Now,
had.
some campgrounds, like in New York, there were loops where people could have dogs and loops for people
Yeah, I
that
think of
did not have dogs.
Letchworth State Park has
Mhm.
some loops, dog free, and some with dogs. Yeah, but Bo's not that big of a dog compared to Great Pyrenees, as our previous questioner had. He's medium sized, comes to your knees, so knee high. Van Gogh.
If you call ahead, some churches will let you overnight park. We did this in Boulder and Loveland, Colorado recently. Another alternative.
It is, and that's always good. There's many
Yeah.
places that will let you park. I remember one time somebody just asked us about Minnesota. We were in Detroit Lakes, Minnesota, and we decided we wanted to spend the night. And we looked at two campgrounds, and one was we couldn't get in, and the other one we didn't really feel comfortable there. So we went and had dinner at this little restaurant right on Detroit Lake, beautiful lake. And we asked the waitress, we said, hey, we're parked out there. We were in our Class B then. Can we just spend the night? We're all self-contained. And she said, let me ask the manager. And she asked the manager, and the manager said, yep. And so we finished dinner and went out and spent the night in the RV, and the restaurant closed, and it was just right on the lake. It was awesome.
It was very pleasant.
So yes,
Better than a
ask.
campground.
Don't hesitate to ask, and particularly if you patronize the business, they're more inclined to say, sure, just make sure you don't leave a mess or anything like that, and be a good neighbor. Facebook user,
Okay.
Eric and Jeannie.
We'll be parked for a few months as camp hosts. Do you recommend we put anything under our motorhome tires? The site will be gravel, dirt.
Well, if you're leaving it there, Eric and Jeannie, they just left. I think they've been down in Key West after leaving Destin area in Florida. I would, if you have a board or something, put your tires up on a board. It just helps. You're probably fine with gravel and dirt, but if you're not going to be moving it at all for 2 months, I would put it, I'd put it on some wood. Just get a 2x8 or something like that and run the tires up on that. And that would make it a little better. If not, don't worry about it. You should be fine for a couple
think
months.
that the gravel would be okay.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't think you really have to worry, but you can ask, and then you can always move it. It's a motorhome that you're in, so it's easy to move it up 2-3 feet. But that's what they told us, that when we did a story on tires a couple months ago, they suggested that you put it on wood if you're going to keep it someplace for a longer period of time. Now, I don't know if a couple of months, few months is considered a longer period of time, but it won't hurt. How's that? Enjoy that. We'll be anxious to hear how you guys make out as camp hosts. That will be a lot of fun for you. Nancy Jenkins.
movie been shot nearby for TV or theater. The place doing this is Historical Ranch. They do have RVs and tent area. Cowboys Christmas. Oh, Cowboys Christmas. Sounds like a fun movie.
Yeah, this is when they start doing all of the Hallmark movies and those Christmas movies. They're always they all shoot them now, and all the people are in warmer weather now. They are doing yours now because you have some snow on the ground, and that is not quite as bitter as it would be in December or January. So, where was it that we were down in Mississippi?
A gathering.
Natchez, Mississippi. Natchez, Mississippi.
They had the trees.
And
still
they had
decorated.
the Christmas tree decorated in October. We thought, wow. And they had shot 2 back-to-back Hallmark movies there. And they put in fake snow, and it's 85, 90 degrees and humid. And everybody's dressed in parkas and pretending to be cold. And it's quite an industry, these Christmas movies that Hallmark and others are making. So now's the time they all shoot them. All right, we are going to let you all go watch the Oscars.
Right.
It's been a little slow tonight in terms of traffic, so I guess the Oscars is a big
Time to
deal
go
for
watch
some.
TV, huh?
Not us.
I've only emptied.
more
I've
boxes.
only emptied 2 boxes today. My goal was 5.
Well, I can help you do one maybe, and I'm still trying to put our studio together. We did a little bit of work on it today, and
Didn't we have a plumber here last night till 10:30?
it was 10:30 to 11,
And
the
then the
night
night
before,
before,
yeah.
yeah.
So we're going to try and do a video of the restoration of this house, the remodeling of the house, and a little bit more on it. I don't know whether it'll be this coming week or when, but we're going to try it. Helen Newsom with a question.
I read an article that Smoky Mountains National is going to be charging a parking fee. Have you heard that?
Yes.
We have.
They are indeed. They can't, because the people who donated the land said it had to be free. So they can't charge you an entrance fee. Believe me, they would love to do that, but they can't under the terms of the grant or whatever they got for the land. But they are charging you a fee if you stay someplace, if you park your
Longer
vehicle.
than 15 minutes.
I think that's it. 15 minutes
minutes.
stationary, you got to pay a fee or pay a huge fine. So
Yeah, I think it's $5 a day, isn't it? But
to get a permit,
it's
yeah,
like for a
parking
day.
permit.
But you know how it always starts off $5 and the next
Oh,
year
yeah.
it'll be 10 and then it'll be 15.
Yeah.
And I think $40 for the year,
Something like that.
something
Yep.
like that.
We had a story a couple weeks ago in the newsletter.
Mhm.
Hey, have you guys all subscribed to the newsletter? It comes out tomorrow. And if you haven't, get over there and subscribe to it. You can jump on our newsletter subscription form right at the blog rvlifestyle.com. And we urge you to give that a try. All right. We're going to let you guys go watch the Oscars if that's what you want to do. Thank you for joining us. And we'll be on the road, I think, next Sunday night. Podcast time Wednesday this week. We're going to talk about how to sell your RV. This is the time of year that everybody starts thinking about getting a new RV, or they want to sell their used RV. We're getting lots of questions about that. So we're going to take some time in the podcast that comes out Wednesday to tell you the best advice we can give you on how to sell your RV, the different ways and the pros and cons of all of them. So be sure and tune in to that and subscribe to the podcast. Those of you watching on YouTube, please subscribe on YouTube. Give us a thumbs up and a like on Facebook, wherever you are. We're simulcasting this across all the social media channels that we can find. And we hope you guys have had a great weekend and have a great week ahead. So I don't know what else to say other than it's time to go.
Yeah, this is where I say happy trails.
Bye.